Hey everybody, today we are going to talk about the aluminum issues. Dr. Rosenberger has published an article, or is going to publish an article on some questions that she receives about using aluminum, the risks of Alzheimer's, breast cancer, and also, getting it in our bodies, is it safe or not. She's going to talk about it from a scientific standpoint. I encourage you to read the article, it's exceptional, and I'm going to talk to you about it from a natural standpoint. Now, I like to err on the side of caution, so I try to limit or avoid aluminum intake in my body as best I can. I'm going to provide you some options if you wish to do that as well. Just full disclosure here, when Dr. Rosenberger and I were talking about, she gets a lot of questions about antiperspirant and deodorant and aluminum in those products. She asked me, she said, "What do you use?" And I said, "I don't use deodorant." And she said, "Well, what do you do?" And I said, "Well, sometimes I smell." Anyway, but I do have some things that I do use on the occasion that may happen. So let's talk first things first, and that's cookware. So how can you avoid aluminum and the things that you cook? Because obviously you are heating up the product, and then the product then releases whatever it's made of into the foods, and then you consume the foods. So what I encourage you to do is not use aluminum products. Now, I use All-Clad, which this is an All-Clad saucepan I wanted to show you. This is stainless steel on the inside where you're cooking, okay? So this part is stainless steel, so it's safer if you want this type of cookware. Another product that I highly recommend is Le Creuset. It is enameled cast iron. So that's what this product is. It comes in all different shapes and sizes. And then there's just good old-fashioned cast iron itself. It requires a little bit more maintenance then when you go to cook from it. And then there is, of course, things like the black stuff. Can't think of what that's called. Where it's,
Teflon.
There you go. Thank you. Those kinds of products. See, I need a helper. So this is the kinds of things that I use. Now, another way, things that you can eliminate aluminum, obviously, things like aluminum cans. You want to eliminate that sort of thing. Cooking or baking in those aluminum pans, a lot of people use to transport items. When I do use aluminum foil, I always cover it with parchment paper. I never cook directly on aluminum. Now, some places that you can limit intake in your body are things like baking soda and baking powder. These are both, I purchased them both aluminum free, and this is what I use for my deodorant is baking soda. I just put some baking soda under my arms, and it helps to eliminate the smell. Now, some ways that you can detoxify and help combat aluminum that may already be in your body. One way is to increase the use of silica in your body. And silica is really good for collagen elasticity and building bone and processing magnesium in the body. And one of the places that you can find silica is in diatomaceous earth. And basically all that is like tiny fossilized microorganisms that come from the ocean, and that's basically silica. And you can take it, in your body, like in a drink or in some form like that. I've used it in the past. It's not super hard to find, but you would have to probably go online to get it. Another natural option to help reduce aluminum in the body would be things like bananas and cucumber and bentonite clay. Now, I found a really great article that goes into much more detail about this information, and I'm going to post it as a separate posting on Facebook and on LinkedIn and in YouTube. Now, if you want to detox your body, if you think you've been exposed to aluminum as well as other metals, which we all have, some great ways to detoxify your body is good old-fashioned extra virgin coconut oil. I think you guys have listened to me long enough to know that, I put this in my coffee every morning, in my bulletproof coffee. Spirulina and chlorella is another great source. You want to take this on an empty stomach. And then vitamin C, ascorbic acid, ascorbates. I use this every morning with my collagen powder. I put that in my collagen powder, and then you just can't go wrong with garlic. Garlic is the ultimate detoxifier. Of course, it has to be raw garlic. You don't want to cook it. So I hope this doesn't overwhelm you too much. If you have any questions about this or other places that you can, reduce metals in the body, like I said, I like to try to err on the side of caution. I try to err as in, science says that it won't hurt you maybe, but you never know. So I just believe that, God made our body to sweat. He made our bodies to process foods, raw foods, so metals and things that are foreign, I do try to reduce in my intake as much as possible. So if you have any other questions, let me know. Check out her article as well as the one I'm going to post on all of this information in detail. Thanks for tuning in.